Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast Special Edition Series, where I preview and predict every college basketball men's conference tournament. And now up is Conference USA. I apologize in advance because I said that the Big 12 would be next, but not so fast, my friends. Conference USA has to be done before the Big 12 for obvious reasons, because it actually all begins today with one matchup in the first round. It was supposed to be two, but one game got canceled. We'll talk about that later on. Second round is tomorrow, March 10th, Wednesday. Quarterfinals, Thursday, March 11th. Semifinals, Friday, March 12th. And the championship game on Saturday, March 13th. So, without further ado, here we go. All right. First round today, Tuesday, March 9th, 7 o'clock p.m. Central, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. W7 seeded Southern Miss, which is the West 7 seed, and the West 6 seed Rice. My projection is Rice 5 total. 140 there for Rice to the quarterfinals. The second round. The second round tomorrow, Wednesday, March 10th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. East 5-seeded Charlotte against 4-seeded West 4-seed UTSA. My projections, UTSA by 7, total 140. Therefore, UTSA to the quarterfinals. The second of four second round games, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on tomorrow, Wednesday, March 10th. West 6 seed Rice against East 3 seed Marshall. My projection would be Marshall by 11. And during every episode of the series, I keep saying future totals are harder to project than future lines. So just have a line. So Marshall by 11, therefore Marshall to the quarterfinals. The third of four second round games, this one's at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow, March 10th. West 5 seed UTEP against East 4 seed FAU. My projection is FAU by 3, total 138.5. Therefore, FAU to the quarterfinal. And the last of four second round games on Wednesday, March 10th, which is tomorrow, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. East 6 seed Middle Tennessee against the West 3 seed North Texas. My projections, North Texas by 13.5, total 132. Therefore, North Texas to the quarterfinals. All right, the quarterfinal games, Thursday, March 11th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. West 4 seed UTSA against the East 1 seed Western Kentucky. My projections, Western Kentucky by 8, therefore Western Kentucky to the semifinals. The second of four quarterfinal games in the Conference USA tournament, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. It would be the East 3 seed Marshall against the West 2 seed UAB. My projection here would be UAB by 2, therefore UAB to the semifinals. The third of four quarterfinal games on Thursday, March 11th, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. East 4 seed FAU against the West 1 seed Louisiana Tech. My line is Louisiana Tech by 8.5, therefore Louisiana Tech to the semifinals. And the last of the four quarterfinal games, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. The West 3 seed North Texas against the East 2 seed Old Dominion. My projection is Old Dominion by 0.5, therefore Old Dominion to the semifinals. By the way, I never did records and stuff for the season. I'm just going to do that very quickly. Western Kentucky, 18-6 overall, 11-13 in conference play. Louisiana Tech, 20-6 overall, 12-4 in conference play. Marshall, 15-6 overall, 9-5 in conference play. North Texas, 13-9 overall, 9-5 in conference play. UAB 21-6 overall, 13-5 in conference play. Old Dominion 15-7 overall, 11-5 in conference play. UTSA 14-10 overall, 9-7 in conference play. Charlotte 9-15 overall, 5-11 in conference play. FAU 12-9 overall, 7-5 in conference play. UTEP 12-11 overall, 8-8 in conference play. Middle Tennessee 5-17 overall, 3-13 in conference play. Rice, 13-12 overall, 6-10 in conference play. FIU, 9-17 overall, 2-5 or 2-15 in conference play. That was the team that dropped out due to COVID issues, which had a automatic boot to the second round for Middle Tennessee. And the 14th team in Conference USA, Southern Miss, 8-16 overall, 4-13 in conference play. So to the semifinals we go. Friday, March 12th. Matinee action, 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on the CBS Sports Network. the West 2 seed UAB against the East 1 seed Western Kentucky. My projection here is Western Kentucky by 2. Two pretty solid teams this season in Louisiana Tech. Western Kentucky and UAB. UAB got off to that great start, faltered a little bit. They have two solid players in Michael Ertel and Tavon Loven, who's been carrying the load for them all season. And then Western Kentucky has a ton of talent, led by Charles Bassey and Tavion Hollingsworth. And as I said earlier, Western Kentucky by 2 is my projection there for Western Kentucky to the championship game. And the last of the two semifinal games in Conference USA, Friday, March 12th, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on CBS Sports Network. East 2 seed Old Dominion against the West 1 seed Louisiana Tech. Old Dominion has been a really fun surprise team this year. They have a really good player in Malik Curry. And on the other side of Louisiana Tech, they've been great all season long. They have a good trio. Isaiah Crawford, Caleb Laddox, and the last member of that dynamic trio, Kenneth Lofton Jr. And I think they are the deeper team than Old Dominion. I project them by 2.5, so therefore Louisiana Tech to the championship. And then the championship game Saturday, March 13th at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on CBS Sports Network. The West 1 seed Louisiana Tech against the East 1 seed Western Kentucky. I talked about all the talent on each side. I project Western Kentucky by 1.5, and they're the better team led by Bassey and Hollingsworth. So give me Western Kentucky to be your representative in the NCAA tournament from Conference USA, taking that auto bid. Next up, the Big 12.